My mother-in-law snooped in my house and found embarrassing notes. Story. I bought a house 7 years ago, and I met my fiancé Al 4 years ago. This year he moved in. We're talking about making it a home for both of us. But as of now, he hasn't moved much stuff in. Right now, 95% of the stuff and furniture in the house is mine. When his mom comes over, she's kind of a snoop. He was used to that, but when she comes to our house, it's so uncomfortable because she's just going through my crap. When I am bothered, she's like, I was just helping with chores, etc. He says I should just let her because she has a lot of nervous energy. One thing she snooped on was actually embarrassing. In my home office, I had a little affirmation post-it note on my monitor saying, I am smart, I am skilled, I am deserving of great things. It was a silly thing my therapist recommended to get me in a confident mindset before an interview. Anyway, she made a comment too about my ego. But as a joke, I decided to do it again. I had my best friend over, and we got wine drunk and wrote a bunch of affirmations to hide. Some were, medicine cabinet, my teeth will regrow. I am shark-like and powerful. Kitchen drawers, I know when to spoon, but I also know when to fork. I am sexy and self-assured. Work desk, I will not just F my way to the top of the company. I will F my way to the top of the world. Walk-in closet, I am beautiful with clothes and without, especially without. My boobs are legendary. There were a bunch more, and my friend and I had a hilarious time writing them. Next time my mother-in-law came over, she saw a few, and she didn't acknowledge them to me, even though she definitely started acting a little weird about me. I went to run some errands, and when I was out, she confronted Al about the notes and was trying to tell him that I seemed unstable, egotistical, and moving in was a bad idea. She showed him the notes, and he didn't really know what to make of it. He asked me, and I said that they were just some silly private notes to boost my self-confidence and make myself laugh. How had she gotten them? Had she been going through my things? He said she was just tidying and saw them, and they were real weird. I was like, have you met me? You should know how weird I am. Anyway, if you don't want your mom seeing my weird crap, you've got to stop letting her go through my crap. He asked if I left them on purpose to annoy her, and I admitted that was kind of the joke, but I also have other weird or private crap, so what I said about her needing to stop snooping if she didn't want to find weird crap was still for real. He said I was making stuff hard for him. His mom was really protective and adjusting to him, moving in with a girlfriend for the first time. And I was agitating her on purpose and making her think I wouldn't be a good partner, when he wanted her to have the opposite impression of me. Am I the a-hole for the note prank? Response 1, NTA. Don't ask Al's mom to stop going through your carp. Tell her she is not allowed to go through your carp, ever. If that doesn't sit well, maybe she won't come over anymore. Either way, you win. Reply 1, this, and if she doesn't honor this boundary, she can't come over anymore. Also, he needs to set this boundary with his mother. Going through drawers when you are a guest in someone's home is rude. She needs to stop. He needs to handle his mom. It's not cute at all that he's not maintaining your boundaries and is making excuses for his mom instead. If he can't set a boundary about snooping, how invasive is he going to allow her to be if you have kids? OP, begin as you mean to go on, with firm boundaries that are respected, and each of you responsible for handling your respective families. This isn't okay. Love the affirmations, though. Not the a-hole. Reply 2. He's been conditioned to believe it's okay and normal for his mom to snoop. What he needs is some outside objective education that this wasn't okay before and is not okay now. Showing him responses in this thread might work. If not, I'd go for couples therapy. Reply 3. Yeah, with the way his mom is, I am certain he didn't grow up learning about the importance of respecting boundaries. OP has to make this a hill to die on, and I agree couples therapy would help a lot. Everyone should do so before marriage. Great advice. Reply 4. I just can't imagine A, going through someone's carp, B, making judgmental backhanded comments about what you found. Like, is she not embarrassed to be outed as someone who goes through other people's drawers? The audacity. Reply 5. Everyone's already said all the things, but I just wanted to say you are absolutely brilliant and hilarious. Response 2. Walk-in closet. I am beautiful with clothes and without, especially without. My boobs are legendary, the kind of energy I needed today, not the a-hole. Also, it's really creepy. Al's mom is looking through all your stuff and then Al saying it's just what she does. Like, what is she looking for? Why does it not bother him that his mother is finding stuff in his fiance's house and then telling him about it? All shocked and disturbed, as if what she is doing is any less shocking and disturbing? Reply 1. I know everyone's different, and maybe it's a cultural thing, but I wouldn't want my mom going through my house even when I lived alone. She doesn't need to help me with dishes, laundry, or anything. The kitchen/living areas are one thing, as they are common areas that guests are expected to be. Offices, bedrooms, and the master bath are private places, and there is no reason to go through other people's things in there. Reply 2. I agree. When I was in college, my mother would sometimes go into my bedroom to grab some clothes or look for something, and one day she made a comment about how she saw some things, and I told her if she didn't want to see that, then to not rummage through my stuff. She never did it again, and then always asked me to grab her whatever she needed instead. Response 3. NTA. Don't marry the guy who can't set the simple boundary with his mom of don't snoop through the house. He's choosing his mom over you. Reply 1. Yep, this is such a common thing. People think this is a mother-in-law problem. It's a partner problem. My partner would never let her mom go through my stuff, nor would I let anyone go through hers. Response 4. NTA. Al's mom is a snoop and deserves whatever agitation she gets from your notes. Al should support you in maintaining your privacy in your home. Reply 1. I think the issue for him is that he always liked when she'd come by and clean whatever place he was living at. So he genuinely sees it as helpful, but he was never living at a place with roommates or other people, so it's so different. Reply 2. Well, that's really embarrassing for him that he still wants mommy to clean for him. There's a larger issue here than your mother-in-law snooping. Reply 3. Yeah, super embarrassing that a grown adult who is living with his fiancée still thinks it's okay for his mommy to clean for him and to go through his partner's things. If she has nervous energy, she should take up knitting or something. Reply 4. I was thinking the same thing. Ages aren't specified here, but assuming these two are at least in their 20s, his mom coming over as a guest should not involve her doing housework, and he shouldn't be allowing it. Reply 5. I think the issue for him is that he always liked when she'd come by and clean whatever place he was living at. So he genuinely sees it as helpful. I'm sorry, but this is actually a massive red flag. Does he think cleaning is women's work? Deep down, he might, if that's all he's been shown. How old is this guy anyway? Does he know how to clean? The breach of privacy is outrageous. I would be so furious with your boyfriend. Her nervous energy does not give her the right to snoop. Response 5. NTA. Your house, you put what you like where. The next time this woman comes over to your house, sit her down and tell her, you are not allowed to snoop through my carp. If she wanders off somewhere, you follow her and remind her, you are not allowed to snoop through my carp. Leave a bunch of notes around reminding her, you are not allowed to snoop through my carp. If your boyfriend has a problem with his mother not being allowed to snoop through your carp, tell him, your mother is still not allowed to snoop through my carp. Reply 1. How many more times do I need to tell you? You're still not allowed to snoop through my carp. Also, not the a-hole. Also, OP, you're hilarious. I really want to use the legendary boobs affirmation. Please tell me that can still be true even if I can barely fill an A cup. Reply 2. Please use it. Legendary isn't about size, it's about them being able to start a war, inspire love, or be the object of myth and prophecy. Reply 3. Mine can topple empires, level cities, and send villagers fleeing from their wrath, but to each their own. Reply 4. You are not the a-hole, and the idea of getting wine drunk and writing affirmations sounds like a fabulous time. You keep being your weird, wonderful self, and tell your boyfriend that it is much weirder to be okay with his mom violating his girlfriend's privacy. Response 6. NTA. This is hilarious, and I want to be your friend. But on a more serious note, I don't like your boyfriend's blind defense of his mom at the expense of your boundaries and privacy. He needs to take your requests seriously, communicate them to his mom, and enforce consequences if she continues. If he's not able to do that, I'd think long and hard about the future of your relationship. Response 7. NTA, you are wonderful. You are fun and you have a great sense of humor. A couple giant dildos and a few bottles of lube might be fun to hide around the house as well. Reply 1. Lol, I had the same thoughts. A dear diary full of embarrassing exploits that involve her son in strange activities. Response 8. This is hilarious, but mate, you have a pretty crappy boyfriend. Does her nervous energy ever translate to her scrubbing your loo? And if your boyfriend can set a basic and simple boundary now, just imagine what will happen if you get married and have kids. Run away, girl. Reply 1. True. I mean, if she gets a deep cleaning from mother-in-law, then at least there's a silver lining. But my guess is she's just snooping. Reply 2. Haha, not even, because I love a good cleaning day. Like put on an audiobook, smoke some weed, and zone out and scrub the kitchen down. Favorite chill day, it's kind of my me time, and it's so satisfying to organize my place just how I like it. Reply 3. Holy carp, I'm straight and married, but I want to be your girlfriend and move in with you. I'll smoke with you and make dinner while you clean. I hate cleaning. Laugh out loud. Plus, I won't let my mom go through your carp like your idiot boyfriend, and you're freaking hilarious. Those affirmations made me cackle. You're deaf, not the a-hole, but you are totally epic. Reply 4. You need to dump that boyfriend and be with someone who has your back and appreciates your wonderful quirkiness. You are an absolute gem. Response 9. NTA. Your mother-in-law started off crossing boundaries, moved on to being ableist, criticizing you for something to help with your mental health, recommended by a therapist, and making assumptions about your ego because of it, and is now trying to sabotage your relationship because you made her aware of the fact that her behavior was unacceptable. The note prank wasn't even that weird. The statements are clearly jokes and not meant to be taken seriously, and she knows that. She's pretending to take them seriously so that she can alienate her son from you and retain her sense of ownership over him. This is all about control games, and the first test of how much control she could retain over him and extend onto you was the initial snooping. When you stood up to her, she made you her enemy. And if she's going to remain this entangled with Al, you're in for a long, hard road with zero support. Response 10. NTA, she's getting off lucky. Not too long ago, there was a post about the mother-in-law who was glitter-bombed while snooping. Response 11. NTA. But I'm concerned about your partner not having a backbone and setting boundaries with his mother. I would have serious second thoughts about making any more moves until he can set those boundaries, because her behavior will only continue and likely escalate. Response 12. NTA. But he's so concerned with his mom thinking you're a good partner. Does he not care if you think he is a good partner? His mother is disrespecting your home and your boundaries. Her adjustment period doesn't get to include that. He's not standing up for you and your rights in your own home. Reply 1. Agreed. Also wanted to add that you should start doing it back to her when you're going to visit her house. Sorry, I have nervous energy. Response 13. This is hilarious, but I'm concerned about Al not commenting on his mom snooping through your things. Why would he choose his mother over you? Response point, NTA. But seriously testing, this could be hilarious. Print out a bunch of eyeball pictures with the caption, I can see you, number them, and then keep a list of their locations. Then next time you are confronted, you can track exactly where she was in your house. So why does your mother need to be in my private office? Why was she in my closet, etc.? Then go to her house and snoop through every room she snoops through in your house. She can let you or be a hypocrite. It'll also test to see if your SO is on your team or his mother's team. 3-people relationships are hard, and if it's them against you all the time, then your life will be harder. Consider that. Response 15. So you've been dating for 4 years, are now engaged, and his mom is still uncertain if you're right for each other? You are allowed privacy in your own home, even if you're sharing it with someone else. And if he hasn't set this boundary after 4 years, he may never. I would tell him that wedding planning is off until he can show to you that he is willing to set and enforce boundaries to protect your space. Definitely not the a-hole. Response 16. NTA. But how old is this guy that his mom gets to vet his girlfriends for him? Like, she's being all protective of her baby. Are you sure you want to marry a baby? And what kind of mother-in-law do you think she'll be? Also, you're just supposed to let her go through your stuff? What the hell? Most of us adults wouldn't even let our own mothers go through our stuff. Your response was hilarious and much kinder than mine would have been. Response 7TA. My boobs are legendary. If they weren't before, they are now. This is a great response to a horrible situation. I hope mother-in-law and So both learn something about privacy and personal space from this. Response. He asked if I left them on purpose to annoy her, while she invades your privacy by snooping, not the a-hole. But you need to have a talk with your fiancé about setting boundaries with his mother. It is a red flag if he observes this, but still won't intervene. Response 19 NTA. Your fiancé, however, seems to already be married to his mother, and this likely will not improve. Response 20. You're so not the a-hole that I want to scream. It's not okay to go around snooping into things, even if it was more his stuff than yours. When it's your combined stuff, you still have the right to privacy. Maybe next time you're there, you should wander into her room and go through her drawers to tidy. Or better yet, go buy some fun gag toys and leave them in places that she might look. I'm thinking heavy-duty lube, gloves to the elbow, books on prostate stimulation, then see how the next visit goes.